At the edge of the Salish Sea, the veil between reality and the unknown seems thin, as though the waters conceal more than just the reflection of the sky. From Annie Proulx, welcome to Grimly. I think you sound okay. I sound
yeah.
okay.
You sound fine.
Yeah.
I sound good.
Okay.
To me.
That's all that matters. I sound and always am.
Well, no, let me put it this way.
Perfect.
Me hearing myself actively, currently,
Talking?
sounds fine.
Yeah.
If I listen to this later, I will be like, who is that strange, slurring bitch on the line?
An SSB. That's what I
It's
call
the weirdest thing.
It's
It's just so bizarre.
I think there's something in our loser brain that we just hate our own voices.
I don't think it sounds the same as what I hear every day anyway.
In your own head?
No.
Yeah, same.
I'm like,
I mean,
does
that's
that
what I'm
woman
saying.
have a mouthful of marbles? Like, what the fuck?
I don't think you sound like that.
Well, it depends. If it's a double episode day, then it certainly happens.
It's usually a couple of drinks deep by episode 2. This is not a double episode today.
No, this is a single episode day.
Yeah, we're also recording in a car.
Yes.
This is how committed we are to you motherfuckers.
It's a pinch. Had to do it in a pinch.
We gotta do it in a pinch, but you know what? We gotta figure it out. So, yeah.
Welcome to Grimly.
Welcome to Grimly. We almost at the same time. Maybe we should start doing that. No. Okay. Yeah,
We'll never nail it.
We would never nail it.
No.
That's very fair. Okay, I am Missy,
I'm Meg.
and this will be released on Labor Day.
Wow, it's kind of amazing that you can predict that.
It's 2 Mondays away.
Okay.
We have one more before this.
All right. Well, happy Labor Day, everybody.
Happy Labor Day. Support your unions. That's why we have weekends.
Ugh, we need more. Longer.
We need a 4-day work week.
Yes, we do.
There's a lot of places actually in the States that are starting to beta test that.
I thought that some place in Washington State was doing that.
I used to work a 4-day work week. 4/10s.
Why do we have to do 4/10s? Why can't we just do
4/8s?
32 hours?
There's also that
I think that's
factor.
I thought there was, I can't recall it now, but I thought
Yeah,
there was some county or something. That
with productivity and, technology helping us be more productive.
Mm-hmm.
Technically, a 32-hour work week could work.
Mm-hmm.
But boomers don't want to fucking hear it. We're
A
lazy
lot of those
and we're
they're still
entitled,
the bosses.
unfortunately. So it's
Yeah.
going to take us millennials in a decade.
Yeah, you know what? It is hopefully going to be better for the youth.
Millennials need to unite when we are the bosses, and
I feel like we were petty though, so we might not. We might not. I'm not
I
sure.
think we're petty about dumb things. I don't know if we're petty about
I'd like
actual.
to think that we are a generation that's like, no, let's care more about other stuff, like
Yeah,
the environment and our families.
Yeah, but
and our
we're
mental
petty
health.
about fashion, the fact that 90s fashion's coming back. We're like, no.
Seems too soon.
Seems too soon. I refuse to wear
It is 30
low-rise
years
jeans. Yeah.
ago, so I don't know how normal that is. But in the 90s, were we wearing 60s clothing? I don't think we were.
I definitely remember a flower power thing coming
we
back.
also did the boot cut kind of flared jean.
Yeah.
Maybe
yeah.
it is a 30-year cycle.
I think it is. I think it's just a little bit different, but definitely
Yeah.
inspired.
A twist.
A twist. A nice twist.
All right, well then I guess we better shut the fuck up and deal with it.
Yeah, and
We know how to do 90s.
yeah.
We
Yeah.
were there.
Yeah, we were there. I am not wearing low-rise jeans.
Absolutely not. But that is a young woman's game.
Yeah.
And not for anyone that's had children or has love handles.
Or just has a regular, metabolism.
Body.
Yeah.
An adult metabolism.
Yeah, an adult metabolism and an adult body.
Yeah, I'm not trying to wear a low rise.
I'm definitely not wearing low-rise.
I wouldn't mind trying a pair on to be like, oh, that's fine or not fine, but I don't have any, obviously.
No. I mean, they would be from high school.
Those won't fit anymore.
Exactly.
What are you talking about today?
Okay, so, little
Sidebar?
preemptive
Okay.
sidebar. No, not sidebar. It's relevant. So, do you remember a couple years ago when we went to Long Beach?
Yes.
for your husband's birthday.
Mm-hmm. That's a fun trip.
Do you remember when we were walking on the beach and
With the seal foot. I do.
and we thought it was a human foot?
I definitely did think it was a human
And
foot.
I like called the police.
As you should have.
I think the reason why we instantly were like, this is a human's foot is because of this story.
Well, it was, to be clear, it was the bones.
It was the bones. I think I saw the picture of it.
Yeah, maybe post the picture.
Because I remember both of us like stopping, we paused, we looked at it, we're like, is that a fucking foot?
I don't know. If I looked at it now, knowing that it was a seal foot, that I might be like, obviously not a human foot, but
I mean, yeah, maybe.
I don't know. I'd
The
be
bone,
curious to
there was
see.
like little bones in it. It looked
Sort of like
very
the way
bizarre.
it was like larger at the big toe,
Uh-huh.
and then got gradually smaller where the small toes would be.
Right, and like it kind of narrowed in the back.
I've also never seen a human foot bone or bones like before, so I
Right.
don't know.
Yeah, I mean we can imagine it, right? We've seen,
It looks like it could be
yeah, we've seen X-rays of people's feet. I'm sure you've seen X-rays of your own goddamn foot.
recently. Yes.
Recently. The point is, today we're going to talk about the mystery of the Salish Sea feet.
Oh, okay. I am somewhat familiar
Right, right.
with this story.
Yes. Okay, so
Is that why? Maybe that's why we talk.
I think that's probably why we thought it was a foot.
That's a good point. I
Like-
thought those were washed up with shoes in them, but
Mm-hmm.
it can't always be that way.
No, we're going to talk about it.
Okay.
Okay, so just a couple little points about the Salish Sea.
Okay, good. I thought you were going to ask.
Just don't. There was just some man running with a grocery cart. In
I
the-
didn't expect that to be a grown man. I thought it was a child or somebody who worked here.
We are in a weird part of town, so. Okay, so the Salish Sea is a marginal sea and it is located from the Canadian province of British Columbia to Washington State.
Beautiful.
The sea itself contains the Strait of Georgia, which I'm assuming is named after King George,
I don't know.
the Strait of Juan de Fuca, and the Puget Sound.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Lovely.
So the name the Salish Sea wasn't mentioned until 1988. A Western Washington University professor by the name of Bert Weber pushed for the name Salish Sea.
Okay, why?
So he thought calling it a sea would help promote a need or want to be more protective of the waters, because it was like it's a collective effort at that point. It's like everybody's
Okay.
sea instead of like just these random straits.
To name it a certain collective thing instead
Yeah.
of three different. What was it? It was
Strait of Georgia, Strait of Juan de Fuca, and the Puget
so
Sound.
two in Canada. One
Strait of Juan de Fuca is,
It's both
yeah,
Canada and
Canada
Washington
and Washington,
State.
because the San Juan Islands.
Mm-hmm.
So
That's where it is.
part of it.
I just don't. I mean, I know
Yeah, this is-
generally,
so
but
this
I
is-
don't
yeah.
know where they start or begin.
So this is the
Mhm.
Strait of Georgia.
Oh, we have a giant map in our house. That's this here.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So Strait of Georgia's up top. The Strait of Juan de Fuca goes out towards the Pacific Ocean.
Okay.
And the Puget Sound is Seattle
You know, it's
area.
fantastic fishing. All the best. Halibut
Oh,
comes from there.
I did not
That
know
general
that.
area.
Oh,
Mhm.
yeah. Oh, yeah, because Dave's a map guy.
Yes, and I think that one bit of information I learned working in restaurants. And
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
Good to know. Okay, so the name Salish itself is from the Salish indigenous people. That's the origin of it.
Okay.
They inhabit still to this day the coast of Washington and British Columbia. So they're still around the Salish tribes. But for most people, when you say the Salish Sea, at least people that we probably would hang out with, they think of one thing: the numerous counts of shoes with human feet in them washing up onto its shores.
Okay, so now that I'm looking at it, I'm like, it feels very much like it's not. Okay, when I heard from the news or like read a title of an article that the feet were washing up in shoes all along the coast, it seemed like from that, and having not done research about it, that it would be coming from the Pacific and
Mhm.
they're just, all out there, whatever.
Right.
Looking at that map, I'm like, I'm kind of having a hard time believing it's not happening in there.
Right.
And like, where are they? Because that's an inland. It's
Yeah.
It's a sound. I mean, it's connected in a small way
Yeah.
to the Pacific Ocean,
Yeah.
but it's very much like not
It's
connected.
landlocked a little bit.
Completely landlocked.
Yeah,
But
even
not
though it's
completely,
saltwater,
obviously.
yeah.
But yes.
Yeah.
Really concerning. Okay, I'm fascinated.
Okay, so we're going to do a timeline. This timeline is going to be a marathon. It is not a sprint.
All right.
So bear with me. Everyone take a sip of whatever you're imbibing on in this moment. Because this is going to take a minute.
We are drinking a Seattle cider hard cider today. It's a very dry, crisp cider.
We're trying to help Meg get through it because she bought a 12-pack and
bought
she
a
hates
12
them.
I don't hate them. I just do not need 12 of them.
No, that's totally fair. Okay. So, timeline. August 20th, 2007. A 12-year-old girl is beachcombing on Jebediah Island in British Columbia. She comes across a black and white men's size 12 Adidas shoe that still has a sock with a man's right foot inside.
Christ. A 12-year-old.
A 12-year-old.
Jesus.
I hope it's a 12-year-old that's kind of into true crime.
Sure.
You know, like a Nancy Drew type of little girl.
I don't know if those exist.
I was not
anymore.
type
I know,
of kid.
I know anymore. They might.
Anymore?
Yeah.
I think it.
You think
exists
more so?
More so.
You might be right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
you
hope
probably
they
do.
Okay.
That's a good point.
Yeah. So 6 days later, on August 26th, 2007, on Gabriola Island in the British Columbia, another foot was found by 2 hikers.
Sorry, when was the date of the first one?
August 20th,
What year?
2007.
I told you
Goddamn, I told you this is gonna be a marathon. We can't keep backtracking.
I hear the words with the dates, the math part, the letters, or the numbers just don't register.
Okay, so August 20th, the first foot is found.
Of 20 what?
2007.
Oh, 2007. Okay.
2007.
Okay.
August 26th. The next foot is found.
And what year was that?
2007.
Same year.
Same year, 6 days later.
Jesus.
So it's found on Gabriola Island in British Columbia. It's found by 2 hikers. It again is a man's right foot inside of a sock inside of a shoe.
So right feet both times.
Yes.
Interesting.
Yeah, we'll get there.
Oh my god, I'm so into this story. I've got so many questions.
So the first foot found is later identified as a man who was suffering from depression and eventually succumbed to suicide by jumping off of a bridge.
Oh. Okay.
Whoever the second foot belongs to is still unknown.
So they must have had like a DNA
Yes.
connection. Okay.
Yeah. So,
Wow.
because there is tissue in these, obviously.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
February 8th, 2008. Another foot was found off of Waldes Island, which is up in the Vancouver Island area.
Okay.
Sometimes I'm going to say Vancouver. Sometimes I'm going to say Vancouver Island. Sometimes I'm going to say British Columbia. Vancouver Island and Vancouver are part of British Columbia. So
It's all one and the same.
it's all up there.
Yeah.
So the foot is another man's right foot that is a size 11, and it is in a sock and in a black and white Nike running shoe. The third foot is determined to belong to a 21-year-old man that went missing from Surrey, British Columbia, 4 years prior to the foot being found.
What?
From what I can find, his death is determined as not suspicious.
Okay. Well, how do they know that?
I don't
He
know.
went missing and then his foot showed up 4 years later.
I don't know if it's another, like, suicidal tendency situation or he went missing on his own terms.
Okay.
I think maybe that just means there's no foul play.
Mm-hmm.
That was what I would say. So a fourth foot is found off of Kirkland Island, which is by Vancouver, and that's on May 22nd, 2008. This time the shoe was a blue and white New Balance sneaker that contains a woman's foot.
Oh, all right.
So later in the same year, 2008, the other foot is found and it washes up on the same shoreline and it's matched to a specific person. So that one is solved. So far, of the feet that have been found, one of them is from an unknown origin. So, just
Okay.
try to keep track. I could barely. I wrote this. June 16th, 2008. In West Ham Island, British Columbia, the fifth foot is found. So 2 hikers find a man's left foot floating in the water. is in a black and white Nike running shoe, and it's determined that it is a match to the third foot that had been found on Waldes Island.
Okay.
So they've found a couple matches so far. August 1st, 2008. A camper off the coast of Washington in Scheist,
I don't know where that is.
Pysht.
Never heard of it.
It is in Clallam County, up on like the top of Washington. This camper finds a foot in a black running shoe. It is determined to be a men's size 11 right foot. The foot's owner is unknown, and the sheriffs in the area believe that it flew down from the BC Vancouver area. So whoever that foot belonged to is unknown. In 2008, we have 7 feet that have washed up on the shores of the Salish Sea. 4 of the 7 feet have been matched up. 2 of the feet to this day, we do not know who they belong to. Decent statistic, I guess, when it comes to matching feet to people, but there's still 2 that are unknown. Next year, October 27th, 2009, a Nike running shoe containing a man's right foot. It's a lot of right feet.
A lot of, running shoes. I like athletic shoes.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's kind of tracks for the area.
Maybe like because the laces and they would stay on better than other shoes.
There's a, we'll talk about that later. Yeah. So this Nike running shoe contains a man's right foot. It's found off of Richmond Beach.
Mm-hmm.
That foot is determined to belong to a man that went missing in January 2008 by the Royal Canadian Mounted Police. That is the only foot found in 2009.
Okay.
And the circumstances of that one disappearing is still kind of unknown, or like how the man disappeared.
Disappeared is interesting.
There's some question marks on that one specifically. I mean, this is like a whole podcast series in itself.
Okay.
So I'm just trying to give you a quick and easy timeline as much as possible. So the next foot was found on August 27th, 2010 on Whidbey Island.
Lovely.
Whidbey Island's great. So Practical Magic was filmed there.
Yeah, I heard they might be doing a second one.
I've heard that too. Yeah. This one is not in a shoe, though. So the foot is small and is either a woman's or a child's foot.
Oh dear, okay.
Police run DNA on the foot, but the match has yet to be found. So that's the Whidbey Island foot. December 10th, 2010. The 10th foot was found in Tacoma, Washington. This foot was also small, so it's theorized that it's either a woman or a child's foot again, and it was in a hiking boot. The person that this foot belongs to is also undetermined.
A hiking boot?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Okay.
So, August 30th, 2011. The 11th foot is found, and it's back up by Vancouver, Canada, in the False Creek area. The gender of the foot cannot be determined, but the foot was in a size 9 blue and white runner shoe. And that one is unknown who it belongs to.
Okay.
Foot number 12 was found on November 4th, 2011 on Sassmet Lake in British Columbia. So this is a lake, but it does connect to the Salish Sea. And it's later determined it belongs to a man who was fishing on Sassmet Lake in 1987.
Oh.
So it's like 23 years.
Wow.
From when it was found. So when he disappeared, his boat was found on the lake overturned, and so it is believed that he drowned on the lake. But the rest of him has not been found.
And his shoe showed up?
His shoe with a foot in it.
With a foot in it?
Yeah. Not
or
just
the
his shoe.
Bones.
Yeah, how degraded these feet are.
Didn't go into.
I didn't want to go into.
You learned about it?
Each foot is a different level of decomp. This one, it was definitely more of just kind of bones, but there still was some tissue in there. Intact.
That long in water?
I think just the water part of it.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so December 10th, 2011, a human leg bone and foot are found in a black plastic bag
Okay.
on Lake Union in Seattle.
This one, when was this?
December 10th, 2011.
Okay.
This is found under the Shipnick Canal Bridge in Seattle.
So you say Lake Union,
Mm-hmm.
which is attached
To the Sound.
to the Sound.
Yes. Yeah, it's
So
all
complicated.
connected.
Yes.
It's
Just like a system, as a lock system.
Yeah, there's a lock system that's been in place now. I mean, it's all connected.
Okay. Interesting. All right.
Which makes
But
you
with-
realize how big, like...
With a leg bone and in a bag?
Yeah. So, yeah, human leg bone in a foot.
Okay.
And it sounds like...
In a bag.
In a bag. In a black plastic bag.
A black plastic bag.
Yes.
The murderer special.
Right? So, cause of death could not be determined, obviously, with this one. Nor could they identify who the leg belongs to.
Damn. Okay.
So, January 20th...
Was it wearing a tennis shoe also?
No. Just
Okay.
a foot.
Okay.
Just a foot.
So could be unrelated. Could be.
I mean, these are all just fucking feet found in water, and it's specific.
But they all had shoes on.
Some of them
this
did.
one
There
was
was
in a bag with no shoe.
There was another one that didn't have a shoe on.
Okay, but a shoe could have fallen off of a bag out, or a foot outside of a bag.
Oh, you're saying because it's in the bag that there was never a shoe involved.
I think, yeah, maybe. It doesn't seem like it
Yeah.
immediately must match.
I mean, I don't know if any of these
I think it's
matched
worth counting.
anything else.
It's worth counting.
Yeah, it's definitely counting.
I'm just
Yeah.
saying this one does feel different.
It does feel I think just the bag itself
Yeah.
equals something a little less accidental, right?
Yeah, most definitely.
Yeah. So, January 26th, 2012. Foot number 14 is found in Vancouver. This foot was basically just bones that were still in a boot, and it was found in a dog park along the waterline. So, May 26th, 2014. Foot number 15 was found in Seattle. The foot was wearing a New Balance athletic shoe that was also white and blue.
What is happening to these people?
So, a lot of people would hear the white and blue thing and they would instantly connect it to that foot that was found
Yeah.
a couple years before, but you have to remember that one found its match.
Yeah.
So, this one is a completely different New
Right,
Balance
different one.
sneaker. Yeah.
Mhm.
Just, try to connect the dots. February 7th, 2016. Hikers on Vancouver Island find foot number 16. The foot is in a sock and a runner's black shoe. 5 days later, on February 12th, 2016, the other foot was found in the same area. So, foot 16 or 17 are a match, but who the feet belong to are unknown. So, we're up to number 17. December 8th, 2017. A leg and a foot, which is foot number 18, is found on the mouth of the Jordan River on Vancouver Island.
It's starting to get really weird that we're not finding other body parts and just a lot of legs and feet.
Yeah. In a very weird, small-ish area.
Pretty small. I mean, a big area, but pretty small area
Mhm.
for that many.
Yeah.
Not a head in sight.
Mhm.
No hands.
No clothing.
Very
Yeah.
strange.
So the foot is connected to the leg still and is wearing a brown hiking boot. Whoever this foot belongs to and leg is still unknown.
All right.
May 6th, 2018. On Gabriola Island, a man finds a hiking boot with a foot still inside, wedged in a log jam.
Okay.
The origins of where the foot came from, I mean, probably the high tide, but also who belongs to, still unknown.
Okay.
September 2018, West Vancouver, foot number 20 is found. The foot is wearing a blue ankle sock and a white Nike shoe with a blue swish, which everyone knows what the swish is, right? The Nike swish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just do it.
So this foot cannot be connected to anyone again, but it is theorized to belong to a man under the age of 50. How that is determined, I'm not actually sure.
Oh, somebody knows.
Yeah. So,
Maybe it was a dad sneaker.
New Balance sneaker. So, finally, we are going to end this horrific timeline in January 2019.
Okay.
Foot number 21 is found on Jetty Island in Everett, Washington,
Oh, she's close.
by a
Oh.
family that was beachcombing on the island.
Oh, no.
So that leaves us from 2019 to 2007, 21 feet are found. Most of them are in shoes, some are not. And this is the map of where all the feet are found.
All over the place.
Yeah, truly.
Yeah.
Like, it's fucking weird.
It's very weird. I knew about this, but I have not seen it kind of spelled out and plotted out on a map that way. and it is very odd.
Yeah, I definitely have heard about this too, and so I think I heard a theory a long time ago that it was a serial killer that was taking the right men's foot for something and then throwing it in the water, because originally there was a bunch of like right men's feet found until the woman's foot was found.
Right.
So I think that became like kind of a little bit of a conspiracy theory.
Okay. Yeah.
Speaking of theories, just to reiterate, so some of these feet are matched with a person, and some of those cases were solved. But more than half of these feet cannot be matched to a person, to anybody. So now we're going to go to some theories of why this is happening. So first thing, why the Salish Sea, not Salish Sea. I always put an H there, I don't know why. So why the Salish Sea and why feet? So oceanographers have looked at the current and wind models of the Salish Sea and determined with how it is shaped and it being so landlocked that it causes most things that end up in the Salish Sea to kind of stay there instead of flowing out to the Pacific Ocean.
Okay.
Which is something you were kind of speculating on before. It has a weird little opening to the Pacific.
Pretty small for the size of the water. It's sort of like a crescent shape.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And there's like just like this little tail that goes out to the ocean.
It doesn't seem like things would end up in there that came from the Pacific.
Right.
Except fish that intentionally go up in there.
Like a current system. I don't know if there's like a current system that goes. I mean, there probably is like a little one, but
I would imagine most of it's going the opposite way.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It seems like a very narrow opening for everything to go in there, right?
Yes.
It's weird. It's weird. But it kind of tracks that everything that goes in there kind of stays in there.
That does make sense. Yes. That if it's there, it's not going to leave.
Yeah. Yeah.
Totally that.
Okay. So in 2004, a study was performed to see how a body would decompose in water. Funny enough, the study happened to be in the Salish Sea.
Okay.
So this is what they did. The experiment entailed a pig carcass being put into a cage and dropped down into the water of the Salish Sea with a camera attached that was streaming a live stream.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Gruesome.
It's very gruesome.
That is grim.
Sorry for vegetarians, but pigs are usually used a lot.
I thought they would have used a cadaver.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a good point. No, they use a pig. I mean, like, pig tissue is very similar to human tissue, so maybe they just couldn't get their hands on somebody. So, over 4 days, crustaceans such as crabs, shrimps, and lobsters, and various fish species had almost completely picked the carcass clean of any flesh.
That is ruining my appetite. That is not something I needed to hear.
You know, it makes me feel a little less bad when they eat crab.
I know they are disgusting looking, but I didn't need to know that they would eat me, although I could assume that they would.
Yeah, those motherfuckers are like the bottom feeders of the sea.
They are.
Yeah.
Gross.
But they are tasty in butter and garlic. Anyways, after this study was performed, scientists have theorized that if a person goes into the water of the Salish Sea, the same fate would happen to their body.
Got it. Unless you're wearing a shoe, and they're probably not going to be able to get up in that shoe.
Yes, and if these people are wearing shoes, it explains why only feet are coming to the surface, because most modern shoes are now made with lightweight foam that would cause these feet to float.
Wow, okay.
Which is a very strong theory. But this doesn't explain everything. Mainly,
I mean, it's certainly not the one with the bag.
Mainly, how the fuck are people winding up in the water? Is my big question.
That could be a million different reasons.
Also, another question I have that wasn't really talked about in any of the research I've done. Why is it only starting in 2007?
That's a very good point.
Like, nothing had happened before that? Or was it just not talked about?
Maybe
in the media?
Was that the shoe when the foam?
I don't think
the
so.
Special foam in the shoes. I don't know. That's a really good point, though, because maybe it is the first time we're really like putting it all together.
Maybe, I don't know. It seems very weird to me that like we have like such a detailed timeline, but we're also no one's asking why did it start in 2007.
That's a good point. It's a good question.
Thank you. One theory is that the feet belong to the victims of a plane crash that happened over the Salish Sea in 2005.
Oh, wow.
The plane was flying from one of the smaller islands off of Vancouver Island to the mainland of British Columbia. However, this plane was small and only had 5 passengers in it.
I was like, it would have to be very small.
So
That's a really short distance.
yeah. So one of the plane's passengers' bodies was found with their feet intact,
Okay.
but all 4 of them are still missing.
Terrible.
Yeah, in the sea.
Now we know what probably happened to those
Yeah.
bodies. It's
Yeah.
not the worst thing.
No, I would just hope it was very quick. And
The
the actual death? Or are you talking about the fact that they were probably eaten by crabs?
eaten by crabs that then it's about to be grim. Their family probably ate later. It's fucked up.
The crab revenge.
So fucked up.
It is fucked up. They always talk about pigs eating people.
Huh?
Maybe crabs are better.
Well,
4 days?
let's talk to the mob about it.
The mom.
The mob.
Oh, the mom. Who's mom? What the fuck? Whose mom are you talking to about this shit?
Now, I do have a sidebar.
Yes.
I do know somebody who was in a plane crash on a small plane and survived.
Oh.
She was the only survivor.
Oh my god.
Yes.
Who? Oh, probably shouldn't
I
say.
can't tell you
Yeah.
who on air, but I'll tell you offline.
Yeah, why did I ask?
She is a friend of mine, and she was 16, and she was in a private plane being flown by, I think, her bestie's dad, and they were headed from one southern state down to the Bahamas over Christmas, and the plane crashed, and everybody died on board, and she did not.
Wow.
And I can only imagine the horrific hours that they were floating in the water where she's the only one conscious.
Holy shit, yeah.
And had reconstructive surgery on her jaw because of the damage that was done to her jaw. So I have some insight from her about what a goddamn nightmare a situation like that would be.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I can still not consciously imagine
Yeah.
the horror of a situation
That
like
is
that.
insane.
I know, but she's
Fucking
very lucky to be
batshit
alive.
crazy. Yeah,
so.
she is. Well, hopefully
And also
she's
that
okay.
there's hope that
Yeah.
I think crashing in the water is the best case scenario.
Yeah.
And those people all died
Yeah.
in the Salish Sea, but there is hope.
Yeah. I mean, I have a real fear of crashing my car into water
Oh, okay.
and then how to
Get out.
get out.
Is that episode of The Office where Michael drives into the pond, into the lake?
I thought it was Dwight that was driving.
No, Dwight was like, no, the lake is here, the lake is here. And he was like, that's what she's telling me to do. And he drives him right into it. That is scary.
That is very
Do you have
scary.
one of those things?
I'm
that
going
you
to get
can-
one of those.
Okay.
You can cut your seatbelt.
You can cut your seatbelt and
you
break
pop your window open.
windshield.
Because the whole thing is you can't open your door
Mhm.
until you're completely submerged.
Oh,
And there's
really?
water- yeah, there's a
'cause when
pressure
it's
thing.
coming in. It
Yeah.
fights you.
Yeah. You can't the pressure.
It's pushing against you. You
It's
can't
pushing-
physically get the
You
door
can't
open.
physically get the door open.
But then if you're completely submerged,
Then it pressurizes
really
together. Yeah. So then you can open the door.
woof.
Yeah. So that's why people say you break your window. So you just swim out the window.
Swim out the window. Yeah, you got to get one of those little things.
Yeah, it breaks the. I will. Actually, I think it's in my Amazon wish list.
Huh.
Okay. Obviously, the plane situation is very tragic,
Terribly.
but this would only account for 8 of the feet that were found, and DNA could have determined that these feet belonged to these passengers.
Mm.
Also, they would have come up, I would imagine, sooner than 2007 if the plane crashes in 2005.
Sure.
If the feet were still intact in the shoe, right?
I mean, I guess it depends on how long it takes the little guys to eat the rest of the body that
Well-
separates it from.
Yeah, they determined it was 4 days for them to eat it.
Really?
Yeah, I told you that in the goddamn notes, man.
Is that a number?
Over 4 days,
Mm-hmm.
the crabs and everything ate
That's what I'm saying.
picked things to the bone.
The numbers enter, and my my consciousness leaves the second you start talking about numbers.
Give you any sort of number.
I can't
And
do
you're
it.
like, nope, not doing it. Not today. Oh, man. Okay. So, some other people have theorized that the feet could belong to the victims of the 2004 Indian Ocean tsunami.
Okay.
And this is because most of the feet were in running shoes, and the foam in the running shoes is very lightweight, and therefore
Could have floated
it could have floated from the Indian Ocean
into
the
God
Salish Sea.
damn, that's a long
That's
fucking
a long fucking
way.
trip for a foot.
That's crazy. When was that? Tsunami?
2004.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you say that?
I did.
But you know what? I didn't consciously know that you said that, but I do know that Indian Ocean tsunami was 2004 because I have a fear of tsunamis.
Yes, that's true.
So I am aware.
That one is specifically very traumatizing, I think, for a lot of people, because that's fucking, yeah, that was bad.
Very bad.
Okay, so another theory is that the feet could belong to the victims of a serial killer,
Okay. Yeah.
which is what I was kind of speculating before.
Yeah.
Specifically, a serial killer named Robert Pickton.
Oh, really?
Huh?
Okay. Willie Pickton.
You know about Robert Pickton, right?
Yes,
Okay.
he's a Canadian.
Yes. So
Pig
Robert
farmer.
Yep, Robert Pickton.
Monster.
There's a lot of pig talk in this. I didn't put
Boink.
Thank you for that. Robert Pickton was a horrific serial killer
Yes.
who confessed to killing 49 people between 1995 and 2001.
Trash.
Most of his people he killed were female sex workers, and they were all from the Vancouver area, and he did the stuff on his pig farm, like you said. So, this theory is definitely probably one of the more popular theories. I think just because it's tagged onto a very famous serial killer case.
Yeah, this doesn't seem like it fits his vibe.
Right, and I can't say it can be completely disproven because they didn't find all of his victims, right? But if you know anything about the Robert Pickton case and you know how he disposed of his victims, this doesn't really track.
It does not really track. He also was into killing women.
Yeah, I mean, there were some women's feet found, but it was mostly men's feet. You're right, but
Yeah.
it's just, I don't know. Gross.
Yeah, and why would you drive out to the coast to put bodies in the water when you have
Other
pig
means,
farm is how he...
there was also a meat rendering plant.
Absolutely disgusting.
It's really horrific. Robert Pickton's one of the worst ones. There is a 2-part series finale on Criminal Minds that they do a 2-parter based on this case. So if you go look that up if you want to watch it. Obviously, it's a dramatized version of it, but it's pretty accurate. Okay. So another theory is that these feet have belonged to people who succumb to suicide and decide to jump off a bridge or a cliff into the Salish Sea. So while this is very tragic and is the case for some of these found feet, like we talked about earlier, it doesn't really explain all the circumstances of the feet being found, i.e., leg in the bag.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, also, I feel like you can track most of those to specific people like they did. So you can't say it's all of them, right? Because you don't know who some of the feet belong to.
Absolutely.
So, obviously, this is going to have a shit ton of theories. I'm not going to go over all of them. But some other theories include people falling overboard off of boats or falling into the water from the shores. But once again, you could probably connect these to people specifically and do a DNA test. Or people who are falling victim to sex or drug trafficking.
Trafficking was a big red flag for me.
Yeah. Or black market organ trades.
Wow, okay. Jesus.
So we are, Washington and Canada have a border. Stuff happens at borders no matter where you are. So there's some speculation about that stuff because of that. Which
Ugh, it's so dark.
It's very dark. So regardless of the theories, all of these feet were connected to a person who has their own tragic story to how their feet came ashore. And hopefully we can find out who these feet are connected to tell these stories. I'm going to share the origin story of one of these feet.
Okay.
Which is a unsolved missing persons case, the Antonio Neal case. So.
Wait, they know it's his foot?
Yeah, and I'll
Okay.
explain in a minute
Okay.
how they figured that out. In 2016, A 22-year-old man by the name Antonio Neal was living in Everett, Washington. Growing up, Antonio was just a typical kid who had a big group of friends, but by the time he was getting out of school, he started hanging out with the quote-unquote wrong crowd and got into hard drugs like heroin and fentanyl. It's a pretty bad thing in this state specifically, and it's really tragic, and it sucks. And it just sounded like his mom said specifically that like he had like kind of two groups of friends where one group was, you know, like just typical teenagers doing like typical teenager stuff, and then like he had this other second group that were kind of the guys doing all the bad stuff, unfortunately. In December 2016, his mom calls him Tonio, so I'm gonna call him Tonio too. So Tonio had been in jail and was released and was picked up by his mom, Jenny. Tonio had been in jail for a month, but had sobered up and was hoping that this would be a fresh start for him. So he kind of got thrown in jail for drugs, sobered up while in jail. He's like, okay. He's like, this is stupid. I gotta get my shit together.
Yeah.
Jenny, who he was really close with, decided that he could crash on her couch and she would help him get back on his feet. However, on December 12th, 2016, while staying with his mom, Tonio was going to go hang out with his friend named Andrew. Tonio's mom liked Andrew and thought this would be okay because Andrew also lived in Everett and was close by. Around 3 a.m., Jenny gets a phone call from her friend Jessica, and Jessica informs her that Andrew was in the hospital with a stab wound, and Andrew was saying that Tonio was the one who stabbed him.
Okay.
And the reason why it sounds like Jessica called was because Jessica had a daughter that was dating Andrew, and so like they were close, and he called her, I think, because he was in the hospital, so she called Jenny. So Jenny was worried that Tonio had maybe done some hard drugs that caused him to do this, and like maybe he had some sort of weird break. But she also knew that this kind of behavior was out of character for Tonio, and she was also like, he just got out of jail. There's no way he could have been like on a bender and like had like a weird psychotic break, right?
Okay.
Because this is all happening the same day.
Okay.
So he got out of jail on December 12th.
Hours later?
Yeah.
Jesus.
He got out of jail.
Oh my god, it's
He went to go hang out with his friend.
By the minute.
Yeah, it's really bad. Jenny was like, there's just no way that he was able to be like in a drug-induced psychosis from like being up for too long. Because he had just gotten out of jail.
Okay. And listen, I'm completely ignorant to this, but like, does fentanyl and heroin make you the stabby kind of strung out?
I think so.
I don't think so either. I think it makes them very docile and the opposite.
Like they're just kind of
It's not
zoned
meth.
out. Yeah, exactly. Tonio had not reached out to his mother at all, and she was really freaked out by this because they always kept in touch. So Jenny is worried now that like something really bad has happened. She calls the police, reports him missing.
God.
It wasn't until Tonio went missing that Jenny learned that the people living in Andrew's house were actually into some bad drug stuff.
Okay.
So even if Andrew wasn't into it, his friends were. Andrew says that he and Tonio got into a fight, and Tonio attacked him and then ran off. And this was the last time that Tonio was seen alive. Andrew is initially talking to Jenny and telling her that he will find Tonio and like this will all get sorted out. But just a few weeks later, Andrew is no longer taking her calls.
Oh no.
And he starts giving away Tonio's stuff.
Sad.
Yeah. And Andrew does also start telling people that he took care of Tonio. But the investigation into Tonio's disappearance essentially goes nowhere. So they found a bunch of blood in Andrew's room, but it was all Andrew's blood. And so there was there's no evidence of what the hell happened to Tonio right at this point. 2 years later, in January 2018, a person on Jetty Island in Everett finds a boot with a foot inside.
Wow.
A detective sends Jenny a picture of the boot and the socks, and she says that's Antonio's boot and socks.
Wow, okay.
Jenny said that she knew that this was Antonio's boot because she made a point to tell him that night to wear some warm boots and socks because it was cold. So she's like, I know that's his. But later, a toenail is tested for DNA, and it is determined that it is, in fact, Tonio's foot that was in the boot.
Wow, okay.
And at this point, it had just been bones. But they were able to test.
How did it get out there?
Closest to Snohomish River is what they're speculating.
Really?
Mm-hmm. And the Snohomish River is tidally influenced Yeah.
So it
and
goes back and forth?
Going back and forth with the tide, and eventually he just gets taken out there.
So you mean like the slough area?
Slough? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, EB Slough and Snohomish River are connected. These are like 2 major waterways within Everett, Washington. And the speculation right now is that Tonya was put in that water. And at some point, because those rivers are tidally influenced, that he got taken out
sense.
to
it's really close.
the Salish Sea. Yeah, it is very close.
Damn.
Andrew had initially taken the polygraph test and had passed, but it sounds like if he actually passed it is up for debate. Like, the investigator gave the polygraph results to a different polygraph tech, and they were like, he should take another one. But he refuses. He's like, I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
And he just stops cooperating with the police and Jenny, period.
Sure.
So the rest of Antonio's remains are still missing, and Andrew continues to claim that Antonio attacked him and ran off. It's like, that's what happened, nothing else. Jenny continues to still try to find answers of where Antonio is located, and she continues to tell Antonio's story in the hopes that someone comes forward with any information of what happened to her son, Antonio Neal. There's a GoFundMe for his funeral that started like 5 years ago. It's still up. I don't know what's going on with that, but there is a Facebook page and stuff. Maybe we can put a link out there too. Antonio's case is just one explanation of the tragedies that surround all of these found feet of the Salish Sea, and a lot of their stories are still untold. There's still so many people like Jenny who don't have answers to what happened to their people. The only hope is that the water of the Salish Sea will reveal her secrets at some point. And that is the mystery of the Salish Sea feet.
Wow, I've not heard it in such great detail. Fascinating.
Thank you. Yeah,
Thank you.
it's fucked up.
I know it is fucked up.
For lack of a better word.
So odd, the feet.
Yeah.
Explicitly.
I mean, the science behind it makes sense with the foam
being
and the
the reason.
shoes, but it's still just a big question. How are all these people winding up in the water? Is it all just accidents? But I mean, obviously this one isn't.
Yeah.
This case I just talked about.
Yeah.
You know, and I mean, obviously the one found in Seattle.
Yeah, in the bag is
the bag is not.
Yeah, it's just a combo.
Yeah, it's just a weird combo. I mean, I'm sure every foot has a story.
I do think you have explained, though, why it is feet.
Yes. I do think I explained that too. For sure. But it's just like an iceberg, though.
Yeah.
Because you're like, wait a minute, what? Feet? But like,
It's just
okay,
like,
I get why it's
shines
feet.
a spotlight on like how many people were out there.
Yeah, or just missing.
Like, met, this grisly end.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah, these are only like the few that have been found.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's just, it's so weird. It's such a weird area. Like, it just, I don't know if it's just like a really weird mix of perfect conditions for the worst thing. But yeah, it's crazy.
It is.
Sorry for the bummer, guys.
It's not the biggest bummer.
No, it's fascinating.
Yes, extremely.
Yeah, but yeah, it's crazy. That is it for this week. Be sure to rate, review, subscribe, blah, 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 blah. Do all the things. But yeah, until next time.
Stay grimly curious. Bye. Thank you so much for listening. Music by Alex Kingston and Adam McKinnon.
For podcast photos and updates, follow us on Instagram and TikTok at Grimly Podcast.
Be sure to rate and review, and we will see you next week for another episode. Bye, bitch.